Okay, so welcome back, everyone. So nice to see you, and also welcome to new people who are here. And well, I think you were at least at the one in December, so you're not entirely new to these healing gatherings on the new moon. And it's just been such a beautiful way to gather together, to just connect with what it is that we're really wanting to bring forth in our life, in our health, and in our visions for really where we would love to see ourselves and how we want to feel ourselves. And, so I just find it such a blessing that we get to be together. And I think that most of you felt that way too, because you're here. You're here with me again. Hey, Carol, and with each other. So this new moon is trine to Uranus. And so apparently this means that it's really about daring to do something different. It's like daring to, develop some unique talent maybe that you haven't fully developed, or that, to go down a path that feels maybe unfamiliar, but that really lights you up. So that's what the energy of this next 4 weeks is about. And so feel free, if anyone wants to write in the chat or just come off the mic and say, come onto the mic and just say what it is that you really would love for yourself. What lights you up for this next, this new year, and then for these next 4 weeks. So so feel free.
So I think I'd like to step in, jump in, like I'm jumping in this new adventure for me. So it's pretty amazing that the new moon is going to help me in that regard. January 16, taking off for Costa Rica. And what I'm wishing is to let go and trust. Let go and trust and accept what the unknown will unravel for me. It's a return to doing an exchange with two kids, a girl 5 years old and a boy of 9 years old. So for me, it's like revisiting, reconnecting with my comfort zone of being a teacher, although it will be outside the school system. So that's the reason for me it's even more exciting, because it's like to have the chance to be with those kids, not teaching, but to be with them and being in that letting all those what I've learned with kids and with myself, but it's going to be an exchange. I feel deeply it's going to be an exchange with those kids, and we're going to learn from each other. So this is what I want. I want to let go of those belief or belief system that are not useful. It's just to let to trust um, to trust that, and without any wanting to control everything. Yeah, that's my intention.
Mm,
Yeah.
it sounds very expansive, this place that you're in, Gilan. I really
Yes.
feel excited for you. Sorry that I was looking at my phone. Someone couldn't get in, so I had to send them the link. There she is. Um, yeah, so I feel very excited for you, for just the energy that you're in. It's so
Yeah.
beautiful. So thank you, okay? Yes. Letting go and trusting and enjoying.
Mm.
Yeah.
I can go next if you like. I wrote it down because um I'm going to take a course called Awakening Joy, and it's for 5 months, and it just tapped me like it was right away. Yes, I want to feel more joy. And then I wrote down uh I think what I'm wanting to, I guess, allow and let go too is, but to feel and be present in my life, having an abundance of energy, courage, and love to heal dark energies that show up in me, to be strong and healthy in my body, mind, and spirit, open to allow abundance and new ways of prosperity to flow in with ease and grace. And I put the dark energies because they're there, and now I really want to address them more compassionately. And I feel by putting love and attention to those dark energies that show up in me at times, that when I heal, I feel that joy is behind that. That joy is, if put more, I put the love and attention into these areas as opposed to avoiding it, then I think I'll be even freer to be present and to feel joy.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's good to hold them both. So that's beautiful, the dark and the light.
Mm.
So thank you, Carol. Thank you for sharing that. Mhm.
I just wanted to share that my intention is to get out of the mind. I'm realizing how much I'm in my mind. And to do that, I'm trying to tap into the senses more. So if I can live more presently through the senses, um, so touch and smell and sight and all of those things, then I think if I can bring some awareness to that and get out of my head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a great way it helps us to move through trauma, actually, is that through the sensory connection to our environment. Like it's like, because with trauma, the senses get overwhelmed, by the too much too fast, and then things split. And so feeling like connection through the senses with our environment, and it's a way of really coming home, like exactly what you're saying. So that's beautiful. Okay, so connecting through the senses, letting go of the mind. Thank you. Nice.
So I've been wanting for the new year, not really a resolution, but something I'd like to do more is I've been studying healing and I haven't really been putting myself out there. And I write poetry and stuff. I haven't really put anything out there. And so I'm really wanting to just, so I think I have some kind of block to being out there. So obviously, I mean, you can only study for 20 years or 30 years so long without actually knowing something. So so I need to get out there. So I'd like to release that block, whatever that is, and be feeling safe, I guess, to be my authentic self out in the world. and to, you know, just be known for who I am,
Hmm.
I guess. Sort of my
Mhm.
intention. And then I want to go quickly because I know everybody needs a turn, but I had this really weird dream where this young lady knocked at my door, and I had this old fashioned Victorian house, and I let her into the parlor, and she was telling me she was a healer. And then she was going to show me something. And then I turned around, and when I came back, there was an older lady there, and she said she was a healer. And then when I turned around again, there was all kinds of people all in the room with these people. And I literally said, everybody out. So I kicked them all out. And then when I woke up, I realized, okay, that's what you're doing. You're kicking them out instead of, you know, welcoming them in.
Hmm.
Kind of weird, I guess. I don't know. That was my interpretation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very strange. Anyway,
Well, too much healing is too much healing also, I don't know.
well, it's
We
not
never
healing. It's,
know.
yeah, that's true. It's not that so much that I've been healing, it's that I'm a healer. Like I've been studying healing work
Right, right.
and not you know, not using it on people, not well, I somewhat, but you know, not really.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, so wanting to get out there more and wanting to like feel confident to put yourself out there, your gifts out there. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay, great.
Well, and you can always practice on me. I wrote my comment. So
Oh,
I can read it.
yes. Oh, yeah. Okay, sure. Go ahead, Chantal, read it. Yeah.
Okay. So I heard that this new moon is in Capricorn, whatever that means. So whatever we wish for is going to come to fruition in June and July. And I think it's because the full moon's going to be at that time or something like that. I don't know. But I'm going to wish for my dream job full time. I can't really think of anything new that I want to do, so I'm going with that. Also, to come in alignment internally for my desired outcomes in life. Thank you. So yeah.
Hmm.
And Happy New Year, everybody. Thanks, Jaya.
Yay. Thanks, Chantal. Okay, beautiful. Yeah, so just aligning in yourself and then with your work and whatever else wants to come through that. Yeah, nice. I like how the lights are behind you, Chantal. You look like you're like floating like an angel in the under those lights.
I can jump in.
Jen.
Um, yeah, I really need to let go of perfectionism and expectations on myself. It's something I've been working on for a while, and I thought that I had really done a great job at it, but it keeps popping up, and it's kind of like I'm getting in my own way a lot of the time. And so I end up kind of stuck and frozen and yeah, not being able to kind of move forward. There are a lot of things that I actually would love to do outside of my full-time job, but yeah, that perfectionism and those expectations kind of get in the way. So I'm hoping to bring a little bit more levity. So Joy, what you said really spoke to me. It's, you know, sorry, Carol, you were speaking about joy, and it's something that I keep coming back to again and again, but like there's something underneath it. And I think it's like I need some sort of action verb or something to go with it. And I think some of that might be levity. Like I tend to take things very seriously, and you know, I can be quite intense. So I'm hoping that if I kind of focus on levity and kind of trying to take things a little bit more easeful, that might help me to let go of some of the perfectionism and be less stuck. Um, yeah, like I said, there's a lot of new things that I would love to do, and I'd like to create the time and space and energy and clarity for those things to happen. So I have ADHD, so I want to do like everything. So I need like some clarity and focus and to let go of that stuckness. So
Mhm.
thanks everybody for your shares. They're also very inspiring.
Hmm. Thanks for yours too, Jen. That's beautiful. Yeah. Were you gonna go, Nicolette and Ina?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Can you hear me okay, Jaya?
It's a little hard to hear. Maybe if you go closer to your computer. Yeah, just come closer for your share.
Hello? Mhm. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. The settings got all funky there.
Oh, there you go.
Can
Yes,
you?
it's good. Yep.
Now it's good. Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Nicolette. It's been really beautiful to listen to everyone's sharings. I resonate a lot with what all of you are moving through. Um, hmm. These past 2 days have catalyzed a lot of emotions for me, and the theme that's been coming up is allowing myself to soften into all the places that my heart wants to close. And so I've been noticing that that's been a pattern in my life, to actually hold on to resentment or to hold on to anger as a safety mechanism. Whereas when I actually step into a place of vulnerability and allow myself to feel the grief, the heart actually opens up more, and I feel more forgiveness and peace and freedom. And so part of my intention moving forward into the new year is that whenever I encounter resistance in my body, to really sit with it and allow myself to soften into what it is that I'm feeling. Because I've noticed that my the pattern of closing down and by putting up that defense has actually stopped me from receiving love. And so the intention is to open up more by continuing to come back to that, to my heart in that vulnerability, and to accept how I'm truly feeling, so that I can actually open up to more love with it, both within myself and also for other human beings that are not perfect, and yet that in itself is perfect. And so just trying honestly to come back to seeing everything from unity consciousness, rather than from a place of duality and us versus them. And it's exhausting, and it doesn't allow in more love. So I'm opening up to love through that, and I'm working on writing a book, and that's gonna throw me into a big initiation as well. And I've had this tendency of not sharing my work online, similar to you, Anne, and that's actually been me preventing myself from feeling how much like strength, or knowing that strength and that power within, and that comfort zone has been keeping myself small. And so I'm wanting to like rip all of those layers off, and allow my work to, first of all, allow myself to be seen, and to really show up for myself, and therefore allow more love into my life as I give more love out. And so developing that reciprocity. And I'm also going to Costa Rica at the end of this month, so there's an interesting synchronicity, and yeah, hopefully to experience more joy and play throughout it all. So I'll leave it off with that. Namaste. No.
Thank you, Nicolette. That's so beautiful. Ina, did you want to share? Just even a sentence? Come on, something.
I think I was talking to Nicolette this morning, and I was saying that on a personal level, my birthday's coming up in March, so I'm seeing myself coming to the end of the year and sort of starting a new year as my birthday comes around. And when I really kind of started reflecting on my state of consciousness is that, how do I allow the feminine energy to expand within my beingness and embodying as much as connecting my body to that feminine energy rather than being in a very mind-driven patriarchal schedule of life that we live in. And that is my ultimate prayer to the new moon, because she's the ultimate feminine energy that we can connect to.
Mm. Yeah, she's so ancient. When she's our mother,
Mhm.
you know, the moon is the mother energy, sun is the father. Yeah. And so just looking at her, you know, like doing like moon gazing and things like this, you know, maybe you've done it, but can help so much to connect with that feminine energy and the, yeah.
And surrendering into that, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's very beautiful. Thank you, Ina. I've been reflecting on similar things, and yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you. Yeah.
I'll go if I can.
Yes.
For me, I've been noticing myself getting caught into some old patterns, or kind of being sucked into old patterns of. It's funny that you mentioned feminine, masculine energy, because it's a very masculine energy of like getting shit done and doing so much and like being overstimulated. And I'm feeling more and more disconnected because of that. And I'm noticing that I'm kind of falling back into that, but it's so familiar and it's almost so comfortable and so easy. Yeah, so I think it's just sinking into that and seeing like what about the pattern is like so ingrained in me, and trying to reconnect with the feminine side. Like I'm starting a painting class on Monday, and this is something super new for me to do something creative. So I'm hoping, you know, to sink into that a little bit and break out of the pattern that I'm falling back into.
Mm, that's beautiful. Thanks, Catherine. Yeah, so strengthening that connection with the feminine. Yeah, I think it's a great service to us to do that as women. Yeah. Mandy or Shelley, did you want to share?
I'm gonna keep it's Shelley here. I'll keep my camera off because I'm in bed with my dogs and my everything all cozied.
That's okay.
Yeah. So it's good to be here. It's nice to see everyone and hear your your longings, as it were. I had COVID about a month ago, and around that same time, I started a new job, which is kind of doing what I was doing before, except at a higher level. And I couldn't think, and I couldn't concentrate very well. And so, anyhow, this past week, I've been kind of getting back into the groove of good mental clarity. And I'm so grateful for it. So, I would just like another month of mental clarity. That would be great. Thanks.
Mm, beautiful. Okay. Yeah, it always helps, doesn't it? Especially at the start of a new process or a new job, project, whatever it is. Yeah. Okay, beautiful. Thank you, Shelley. Yeah.
Hi,
Mhm.
I missed the first few minutes. So, what was the question? Is it our
Oh,
intentions for the new year
yeah,
or
right. No worries, Mandy. Yeah, I just said this new moon is about, so I always just share a few sentences about what the new moon theme is about each month. And this month it's about like daring to try things we haven't tried before. It's like, building our unique talents to bring them into the world, like, yeah, just to do things that we might not think we could or that we usually wouldn't. So that's the theme of the new moon this month. And so anyway, so people just share what their intention is, like for the healing that I'll channel after this. Just, yeah, what they would love to see for the next 4 weeks, like until the next new moon, like what would you love to see shift or be different for yourself, like in your life or in any way, really.
I'd say for myself specifically for the next 4 weeks, would be I am in kind of like this new phase of studying for the EPPP, and it's a lot of cramming and a lot of information, and it's going well, but I, as you know, constantly kind of battle with like this brain fog, fatigue, and sometimes it impacts my ability to like memorize or retain some information. So I think kind of, I mean, I don't know what the answer in terms of healing that is. But I guess, it probably connects with my ability to be more present within myself, and also connecting to, you know, on a side note, like connecting to kind of like my truest self. And the other part of like the ability to be with and focus and retain, a lot of different things. So I guess more specifically for short term would be kind of that as I'm progressing into a lot of studying.
Wow. Yeah, it's a big new chapter starting, huh? Like this
Yeah.
piece. Yeah. So clarity and being able to focus and stay connected with your purpose, like with what it is you're wanting to do in this period. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay. Thank you, Mandy. Yeah. And I'll just say, I don't always say mine, but I'll say for myself, just because it was really inspiring, is I spent 3 holy nights surrounded by waterfalls in the mountains. I went on my motorcycle. I have to tell you, I love this. Can I say fucking motorcycle? Because it's like badass, you have to say fucking motorcycle. It's like, this is like, I feel so good on this bike, And actually, I'm about to buy a new motorcycle because Catherine is buying my car. The car that I was selling on Facebook. So anyway, it's just like this feeling of freedom. And so I had 3 nights on my own. My friends took my son and I just stayed there and just, anyway, I was so bathed in presence is what I felt, and the place that it took me to and the places it's continuing to take me to. And I just feel so happy in that place. And so for me, it's like just continuing. I just need to meditate a lot when I'm not working or with my son, So that's really, or, and you can also do them at the same time. But for me, that's really is to just keep staying connected, because that's where joy comes from, right? So I just want to say that because it's the beginning of the year. So it's an especially important new beginning with this call that we're on together and this new moon. So thank you, everyone. Let's go into the session. So feel free to make yourself comfortable however you want. And yeah, you can be camera on, off, laying down, sitting, however you feel. And thank you so much for sharing from your hearts where you are, and where you want to see yourself and who you want to be, because it's very beautiful to share like that in a group. Okay, so let's see. So tonight we are 3 7, 11, including myself, and there's 2 other women. So 13. So often I'll see a shape that just kind of helps to anchor us together, and then also to if it helps people to visualize being connected with each other. Yeah, so let me see what comes. 13. Wow, such beautiful energies in this group. Thank you. So what I see is like a it's quite beautiful actually. Is I see almost like a circus tent. I don't know how else to say that, but a shape where if you want to say there's like maybe 7 on the bottom, 7 people around the bottom circle, and then like 6 people in the top circle, and then there's like an ascended master holding up the peak. So like if I don't know if you can picture that shape of a circus tent almost like, but it feels like one level of us is supporting the next level of us, and then there's like this ascended master energy that's at the center and drawing us all towards that central energy. That's also we're being drawn towards it, but it's also feeding all of us. So it's also pouring energy back into each of our bodies and spirits and hearts and yeah, and what it's saying, it's really thawing us out. It's really wanting to thaw. I know you're in the midst of winter there, but it's like really wanting to thaw the parts of us that don't accept where we are, you know, that are in resistance to our own journey, that are in resistance to our own unraveling, our own unfolding, in resistance to the state of consciousness that we carry in this moment. All of those parts that are fighting against that, it's like, can we just thaw those parts, soften those parts, let them just trickle down like water off of our body. And see if you can sense what it's like to feel the real and then what's in resistance just trickling. See if you can feel them both, one coming in and one trickling away off of your body. Just see if you can notice what that's like. And while this is happening, just to feel into the support that's carrying and holding us. To be able to feel that contrast. And if you need a resource or something, to think of, maybe it's a grandmother of yours or a pet or a tree or a stream or to be able to feel supported enough to let go of those parts, then just feel free to invite that in. Yeah. I can feel some energy leaving the group. Just these fragmented parts, like parts that don't really fit who we are now and where we want to go. And just notice what your body starts to feel like as that thawing happens, as stuckness starts to melt and move away from your body. Notice what's happening with your breath also as that happens. These kind of deep exhales that we have are often a down regulation, a sign that our nervous system is down regulating, like it's finding a way back into parasympathetic rest and digest mode. Notice if maybe it starts to go a bit deeper, the breath, all the way into your pelvis, into your feet. And that it reaches all the way to the top of your cranium on the inhale. And it's really beautiful what's coming in. It's like our inner child, our inner children who were so excited about the magic of life, like about imaginary worlds, about a flower could be magic for a child, like simple things. We become conditioned out of the magic, out of seeing a flower that way. But to see if you can connect with that inner child in you that is that remembers that awe of life. Remember, if you've had children or you have nieces or nephews or you know children, maybe you work with children, like what those first months and years are like of the child's life. It's like they're naturally in awe of everything. And And because of that, they dare to do everything. Like, children don't really have so much fear. A bit of healthy fear, but not like they would sing in the middle of a room or dance or, if they haven't had major traumas happen or earlier on. But so when you check in with your inner child, just see what is she doing now? How is she looking at you, at where you are, at her environment? And then what does she dare to do just because she can? Because she's a child and doesn't know she can't yet. Really see what that is. Let her unfold. And maybe you watch her, maybe you join her, in the playing, whatever she's daring to do. And see if you can feel her energy, that energy in your body. How does it feel to try that energy on? And what would you as an adult do? What do you see yourself doing as you feel that energy? What would you do with it? Maybe it's the same as her, but maybe it's something different. Maybe it's something that you want to dare to do in your adult life. And let yourself do it. Watch yourself, see yourself. Whether it's, getting out there with your healing work or writing that book, or being in such flow with the divine feminine, whether it's trusting and letting go and taking a leap to another country, or writing an exam, whatever it is that new step that you would love to catapult yourself in another direction. And feel again in your body what it feels like. Feel the flow, maybe there's warmth. And if there's words that come that you need to tell yourself, like, I give myself permission to be my fullest expression of my inner child or my highest self, or, whatever the words are. You need to say them to yourself. Also, feel free to say them out loud or inside. And also notice if there's any subtle resistance in your body to to fully being in this energy. Fully allowing it to consume you. And anything that's not real about true about what's of what you can do here and who you are. Allow that energy of awe and wonder to consume whatever doesn't match that frequency. And notice if the places that were in resistance can also thaw or soften or or at least be in the background. If they're not ready to dissolve altogether. And just see if you ask yourself if there's something more that you need in order to fully actualize, this alignment with yourself, this, all of the things that you shared. Better job, the job that feels better, all of it, the clarity, the focus. The being in your body, the being in your senses, all of it. If there's something that you need, in order to do that, just ask for it now. Ask this, your higher self, ask this ascended master energy in the center of our circle. Ask whatever God or goddess you or master you that you just love. Just ask them for whatever it is you need to realize this. And see if you can really receive it as though it's already been given. So whether it's love, whether it's companionship, whether it's confidence, or whatever it is, see if you can let yourself receive it. And notice again how it feels in your body to receive it. Maybe receiving it from this mother energy, the moon energy, all the possibilities that are there with each new lunar cycle for us to allow ourselves to try something different. The feminine is about receiving. So can we receive what we need? And we each know really deeply what that is. Some part of us knows. And so just enjoying the receiving, you're not having to really work hard here. It's just, we're actually just receiving, just easily. And we're allowing for ourselves to really ascend in every way that our spirit wants us to. So I'll leave us there in a short meditation together. In that ascended state. Realizing our highest potential. And feeling it somatically in the body. And I'll just invite you to slowly start to come back. And yeah, just to gently let yourself return. And I'd like to propose something. And then before anyone goes, because sometimes people like to leave silently, which is fine. I think, yeah, okay. Because it's the new year, I just had the thought that it would be nice if everyone in the group got a partner. And I can do that by just making breakout rooms for like 1 second, and it'll just pick the people. And the partner for the year can be what you want the partner to be. It can be a prayer partner. It could be I'm going to write you a WhatsApp message and say, bless you, I hope you're well. It can be like, oh, this is what's here for me. I hope you're okay. No expectation for the other. We all have busy lives, but sometimes, or this is how I'm doing with my new moon intentions. Like this is how they look. Look at me. I'm doing it. Just, and it could also just be a thought, it doesn't have to be physical. So please do not feel any pressure by this, but some people may be really nourished by it. And you can tell me after if it doesn't interest you at all. I could pair the person with someone else. But it's just an invitation to connect, maybe just once in between sessions, in a way, or it could be more as you want, but in a way that feels like it helps you to keep you going on the trajectory that you invited in here. Because 1 month can be a long time between times. So that's the invitation. I want to hear from you. Maybe everyone can just say one word about how they're feeling following our session. And then I'll put you automatically in a breakout group for like 1 minute. So just so that you see your partner, it'll just like, I'm not going to say randomly choose, because I think God will choose who needs to be together. And then, like I said, if you want to send me an email after, if you're like, oh, I don't really feel to do that, that's fine. And I'll pair the person with someone else. But I just trust this coming through, that it feels like beautiful and supportive. And so let me open the floor to you now, and feel free to just share, like, yeah, because I just don't want to keep anyone too far over time. But if there's a word or like a phrase that you want to say to just share how you feel after that.
I'll just jump in and say softer,
Yeah.
soft.
Nice.
Connected.
Connected.
Uplifted.
Mm.
Grateful for like-minded women.
Mm. Oh, yeah, blissful and also resistance, Chantal says. Yeah, beautiful. So, for everyone, Carol asked, does it feel okay to just share your email? Like I'll just write down the partners and then I would share your emails with each other. And then from there, you could decide how you want to be in touch. If you want to be in touch by texting or WhatsApp, then you can share your phone numbers. Does that feel okay? And maybe if someone feels like really right now a strong, like hard no, maybe just put your hand up and it's really fine. Don't feel embarrassed or something. Okay. And you'll just go with the flow. This is just, really, there's no expectation on anyone. So does emails feel okay to share with the partner? Does everyone feel okay if I share the email? And then you'll decide. Okay. And again, if you reflect on it in the next 24 hours and you're like, oh, I just don't want to do it, just write me again. And it's like, no problem. Okay. But I really like the idea. I like it. I think it'll be nourishing for people. So let me put you in the breakout groups. There's a few women who aren't here tonight, so I'll sort them out too, okay? But okay, here we go. I'm gonna do the rooms. Here. So hold on. 2, 3. Okay. So
The anticipation is exciting.
here we go.
Painful.
Hold on to your seats, ladies. Come in. So, and Catherine. Jen.